is it's funny because the last two games, the ones we've seen, have been compared to the rest of the set. Just because first set was a complete and absolute. It was just cinema, and then the second set is, let's see how high we can get these KD ratios. Third set, I'm not sure what to expect.
Yeah, we will ultimately find out pretty soon, because these teams have been ready to rock and roll for some time, because I think they were both coming off of 3-0 sets. So they hopefully they're both still warm, because I know sometimes you kind of get stuck waiting, and you're just like, please hurry up just a little bit, because we do not want to get cold. We want to just stay fresh. So we'll have to see what the vibes are once these teams get in. Make sure that neither of them got too cold. But in a way, if they are both coming off cold, it's gonna make it a little bit even, and it could create for some fun and exciting gameplay.
Right, we're gonna see what fun and exciting gameplay we can spot in this set. We see the comms come out. Wow, okay. I believe that is actually two Goober, two Dash, the team with the Rapid Pro Deco and the Paintbrush, and even some Dapples coming out.
Absolutely. Early on, these teams are going to be clashing here, and it will be two Goober that gets first control of this zone. The tent making a move, trying to get a lockout started here early on. Oh, Bomb gonna be taking out another member though. So Sigma is going to be able, okay, I thought Sigma was actually gonna be able to flip the tide there, but not really, as they went 3 down. Their last member trying to get the neutral of the zone, and not going to find any value there. But we do very quickly get to the better version of this map, and this could also provide Sigma an opportunity to now build up some specials, find a couple more paths back in towards that zone, and try to flip this before it gets too out of hand.
And two Goober, two Dash still holding on. There is going to be an Inkling coming up from this side of the map, and now we see just how good the Dapples can be. A wipeout for two Goober, two Dash, as we see that blocker, that remaining counter start to go down very quickly here. Here comes the Reef Slider. Is it enough to get something going for 2 Goober 2 Dash? Not enough. SGMA on Earth now taking control of the game. They've got some penalty points on 2 Goober 2 Dash.
Yes, so they do stop it right in time. They prevent this from getting completely out of hand. They prevent the knockout. But now they need to come up with a massive response in return. So this will be 2 Goober 2 Dash though, making a move towards that zone. They will go ahead and flip this one in a hurry. The vac is coming out, but the vac cannot stand the decav slash. And 2 Goober 2 Dash though keeps control of this zone. It seems like Sigma just is kind of struggling to come up with once again a response to get back into this zone.
Not that much of a Sigma response coming up from this Sigma team, as we see the Inkvac try to get something going there. Not enough. Tormy able to get the pick on that Inkvac, as we see the Slosher attempting something. The Slosher does have those trip strikes. They are going to start using them immediately. They do control the zone. How long will it last? We'll find out, as the Slosher attempts a flank route there. Doesn't get anything going there. Only one player left on the side there. I believe that is the Enzap there who gets a pick on, funny enough, pick. But the Enzap now trading a few picks there as well. Still doesn't actually hold on to control the zone, but at least causing some trouble for 2 Goober 2 Dash.
Yeah, they absolutely do. This is going to be a bit of a team fight here, but 2 Goober 2 Dash is actually going to go ahead and just reel back a little bit, keep some of those specials in their possession. Now going to try to make a move with them as they unleash the Killer Whales. Killer Whales does not find any value. They aren't actually able to move up with them either, but the tent does have their special at the ready. They're moving up with them on that far side, it seems. The back gonna get launched, and it will result in a zone flip, I think. Yes, maybe, hopefully. Nino, save me. I can only hold this for so long.
Come on, Inkvac, do something. Inkvac goes down, and 2 Goober 2 Dash take control. Coming in for DRF, as we find out what actually happened with the zone. Everyone from Sigma on Earth just trying to hold on to control the zone. They did contest it pretty well there, and they actually got one pick right now. But that Slosher coming out with the trip strikes yet again. They actually beat the Slosher and the 96 Gal trying to team up for a pick there, but Tormy comes off just fine out of that fight.
Absolutely. We enter the final minute of this game. Numbers are even at this stage. Sigma looking to get out of this penalty, and that they should do as they have the numbers advantage in their favor. It's going to come down to this final push. If Sigma can get the lead back here, they're going to be in a fantastic spot. 2Goober, 2Dash going to be making a move with the Reef Slider. They're able to force the neutral, but they lose a couple of members in the meantime. It's an even 2v2 situation here, and they know it's going to be 2Goober, 2Dash that falls down here, but they get a couple of jump-ins as well. Wait, this is going to go either way, Nito.
And they're in trouble as they only have the Inkling to defend themselves.
The 1v1!
The decaf comes in trying to get something going. The 96 counter goes down. So does somebody else. I believe it was the ends up as well. The decapitator does take the lead. Sigma does take the lead. They take the game here despite the fight that just happened on the zone. Sigma on Earth comes out of that winning the first game of the set.
Wow. What a crazy finish there. I mean, Nito, we've just been getting a banger game after a banger game. And these two teams, 2Goober, 2Dash, and Sigma on Earth, are just gonna keep this momentum going.
I mean, just what? Just look at it. Infidel gets control of the zone. The decap goes down. We still have the 96 scout that's up, so now he goes down as well. So does the end zap, but now you have 2Goober, 2Dash, who's now 3 players down, and a delayed triple there, a delayed wipe actually for 2Goober, 2Dash, which is something I missed, and something some of the viewers may have missed just because of how quick everything just happened there.
Yeah, it was just a lot of chaos. It came down to a 1v1. Well, I thought it was coming down to that 1v1, but that 1v1 just kind of slowly drifted away from the zone, and it actually came down to the fight between the jump-ins. And ultimately, Sigma on Earth ended up winning that one, which was happening behind the back of that 10th player. So even though the 10th player won that 1v1, it was the fight in the zone that ended up mattering most.
Well. I feel like if we're in for another set that goes the distance, this may be the first time where we've seen 2 commentators take a break in the middle of the set. Maybe not, but probably not. But I mean, goodness, we've already seen enough within the first 2 sets, and now we see the counterpick from 2Goober, 2Dash, Clam Blitz on Scorched Gorge, possibly giving themselves more space to work with here, I believe, with this counterpick.
I certainly agree with that, Nito. Try to get a little bit more space. You know, Mahi could be a very tight map, but I think especially here with the tent, that's what they're going to be banking on here. That's where this counter pick is coming from. They want to find an environment for that tent to thrive. And if that tent can get up into an aggressive position on the opposition map, on the opposition ramp, then they are going to be able to build a pathway for those clams to just come in an avalanche.
I really don't know what to expect, and I'm going to say that a lot because I don't know what to expect. Clam Blitz on Scorched Gorge. I saw 2Goober, 2Dash come out with the Dapples and an Ink Vac, so I just judging by the geometry of Clam Blitz, or at least Scorched Gorge rather, judging by the geometry, I feel like that's something they come out with again. At least the Ink Vac. The Reef Slider could still work here because it was actually working pretty well as a skirmisher. So I want to see what else they come up with here, because clearly anytime you make a counter pick, it has to come with something in mind. So I want to see what both of these teams bring to the table.
Absolutely. This set is far from over, as we are getting a very zoomed in intro to this game.
Oh. All right.
Well, let's take a look at these compositions. A couple of adjustments here, notably on the side of 2Goober, 2Dash. we are going to be getting that Rapid Pro Deco and the Dapples making their entrance here as well.
And you see here two Goober 2 Dash immediately going down. I believe it may have been a decap there. The decap and at least either the head hit or the squeezer on the side of Sigma on Earth coming together to make those picks happen. But my goodness, a wipeout immediately as the game starts. And we're already off to the races here. 68 remaining for Sigma on Earth as the head hit starts to pop the tractor cooler. At least guarantees themselves a quick respawn in, which you're going to need because there is a delayed triple on the side of Sigma on Earth. Possibly delayed wipe once his decap goes down, not down yet, but it's going to be fairly close there.
Yeah, absolutely. These two teams just clashing early. I'm kind of surprised that Sigma was not able to get more points on the board from that opening push, because that was a wild wipeout that just came together in a flash. But it's gonna be two Goober, two Dash that responds with a wipeout of their own, quickly trying to pass around clams. They have two power clams at the ready, but the other power clam, they missed the first one. I thought they had it. The second power clam falls behind, and this is a disaster for two Goober, two Dash.
Is it though? Because Enva comes in with a double. There's a wipeout for two Goober, two Dash. They don't have that other player clam, but they did have at least a super clam from the previous push by Sigma on Earth. So they still have something to respond with here. And here comes the ink back from Infa. How long will it last if the Slosher starts to prove somewhat of a challenge for two Goober, two Dash? They don't get that power clam in. That's going to be crucial as the basket closes. And two Goober, two Dashes pushes now over, but they at least bring themselves within striking distance here.
I will happily mostly eat my words on that one, because that was a phenomenal hold by two Goober, two Dash to make them. They went from a really good situation to a really bad situation to a pretty okay situation. Ultimately didn't quite get the clam economy that they wanted into the basket, which is unfortunate. And now it's going to be Sigma with a flank here to get more points on the board. A second power clam going to be rolling in as well. They get the jump in, and yes, it is a successful score. 44 points remaining. These two teams are playing some explosive clam blitz right now.
The decap nothing to do there. They go down almost. They go down as soon as two Goober, two Dash comes in with a quick response. I did see what I believe is a squeezer there. Starting to prove a challenge there. Two players, three players. Oh, they're all down already. Two Goober, two Dash. Now the ones to respond. A few more power clams to boot. A few more clams here to boot for now. 53 remaining. They are now within three clams of getting themselves at least with that tie. Can this power clam go in? Does aim? It's not there. As two Goober, two Dash misses another power clam. That was gonna be the lead changers there, but ultimately Sigma on Earth holds on.
Oh, two Goober, two Dash. We're gonna have to practice some field goal kicking after this. Like they're doing such a great job. Like the reason they picked this map mode is for that tent, and that tent has been getting them into such key positions time and time again. They're gonna get another opportunity to score here, and this should result in finally a lead swap. So it took a couple of tries, but they are getting there, and we are seeing exactly why they picked this map mode. It's just taken a couple of efforts to get those power clams into the basket. But finally, we are seeing two Goober, two Dash get their first lead of this game with 4 minutes in.
Yeah, Paintbrush still around the power clam basket there, causing lots of trouble. But the decaps also causing trouble as well. Sigma on Earth now three players down to the delayed triple for two Goober, two Dash. It's still two Goober, two Dash's game here. They still have some power to go. They still have some numbers advantages to boot. Three clams left for this Inkvac, who is all left to their own devices here. As everyone else goes down, it's going to be the decap from the side of Sigma on Earth that stops in and gets another pick there for the Dapple Dualies. But both of these teams still trading picks, as neither team, or at least Sigma on Earth, unable to come with the comeback there.
Sigma, though, on the cusp. They are slowly moving up. If they can just find a couple of picks, but no, it's gonna be Pick with a couple of picks themselves to try and force Sigma back, and they are reeling at this stage, Nito, trying to see if they can get something going in these closing seconds. But it's two Goober, two Dash. That is too quick for them, and they are gonna try to close this one out. Power Clam on the back foot. Nobody in position to make this score, as it seems like the Decaf is trying to slowly move up as well. They're gonna have to rush this Power Clam. They do find 2 picks. It's a race to get to the basket, but the Power Clam carrier goes down. This one should be over. It's gonna be up to
No, it's not.
Oh, the last player tried to get there quickly, but just did not have enough time. And another chaotic game, but this time it's 2 Goober, 2 Dash on top.
Oh my goodness. That was really scary at the end, especially for 2 Goober 2 Dash, because it is a wipeout for Sigma on Earth, and if they had just a little bit more time, that is going to, with how fast Sigma on Earth is, that would have been very, very dangerous. But ultimately, nobody there to respond. It's just the Decavitator, I believe, or actually the Squeezer there, left to pick up the Power Clamp. No time on the clock, though. That is over. So, okay, we're heading into Game 3, tied up. Sigma on Earth now left in charge of the counter pick. That
was a game.
Sure was one of the games of all time.
It's the fact that 2 Goober 2 Dash just, for some reason, for the life of them, could not get the Power Clams in the basket. They were like so close every single time. But Nito, I'm gonna need you to help me with the football reference here, in terms of like what team they are most like just could not get a field goal for the life of them, and then ultimately just come up clutch at the very end. We saw the reason why they picked why they made this counter pick, and it was for that tent, and the tent just continued to get them in. Like, you know, at some point you're gonna shoot so many shots and it will eventually land, and they did get that opportunity.
Michael Jordan, and I know you mentioned football, but Michael Jordan once said, "I've failed 100 times, that is why I succeed." This is why 2 Goober 2 Dash succeed. It's not like Sigma on Earth, or not, sorry, 2 Goober 2 Dash won despite themselves, because they were playing very, very well. It was just that those clam throws were so unlucky.
Yeah, you are 100% right. They played so well. It's just they could not find the basket. So, which, you know what, they're gonna look at that and be like, yeah, that could have been far worse, but we are still clutching out, and we are simply better.
Those clam throws are like your middle school yearbooks. You look back at them and you're like, maybe middle school went well for you, but you look back at those images of yourself and you're like, ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I did.
They had the glow up there right at the end, so I think that they're ultimately very satisfied with how that game went, and they're going to be looking at this as just an opportunity to laugh at themselves a little bit. So it is a tied set. We've got guaranteed 2 more games between these 2 teams, and we are headed to Rainmaker Museum. That is the counter pick out of Sigma on Earth.
Alright, okay, so you talked about the tent being so well, and that's why they picked Clam Blitz on Scorch Gorge. Rainmaker Museum, I guess you could make the argument it's still the same objective, but I wonder if those obstacles now, because there's far more than there is in Scorch Gorge, so I wonder if they're doing that as a result of said tent.
I feel like tent still really thrives here.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I'm a little bit perplexed by the counter pick and the strategy that's going into it. I mean, where we probably overlooking something at this moment, because this is a map mode that they're clearly comfortable with, and they think they can best 2 Goober 2 Dash on, despite, you know, a lot of their objective play going to be centered around that tent.
I'll tell you what they're doing. They're going double Zuka and just seeing what they can do just by setting those the sides of the pedestals, because I know they're going to put at least one of them behind the spinner, possibly like on that spot you see on your screen. I already forgot to call out. I'm such a great competitive player, but I don't know. I think maybe that double Zuka thing's a joke. Maybe it's not. I mean, it is meta, right? But I'm still wondering. I'm wondering what Sigma on Earth is deciding on here, because like you said, Tent is still going to be very strong here, especially on the ramp, and that ramp is one of the most, like, you watch a competitive Splatoon match, that's where most of it goes down. So we're going to see what both of these teams come up with here. The Tent's obviously going to stay. We actually see a Vanilla Nova.
That okay, so they are just going to completely rewrite their playbook coming into game number 3 with that Nova, the Vanilla Decav, the ballpoint. So some very interesting choices. I do really like this ballpoint pick, though, from Sigma on Earth to try to counteract just the almost like kind of Sharky playstyle, especially just playing around this tent again. You know, I think that's going to allow them to get a lot more chip damage and have to worry a little bit less about those barriers.
Alright, 2 Goober 2 Dash. Now, in the first possession of the Rainmaker, and they've already gone to checkpoint. Very quick stuff. Very quick action there as we see the rest of the players from Sigma on Earth. And we saw, actually, I believe that was the tent, or not the tent, sorry, the Stamper trying to make a move down the side there with a flank. But 2 Goober 2 Dash still holding on to control there. They pushed it past the pedestal, which means that gives you a few extra points. Will they be trying to make a move with this tent? We're going to find out soon, but that tent's under a lot of trouble. But it's not the tent that picks it up, it's Pick that picks it up. 48 remaining now for 2 Goober 2 Dash.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they brought out that ballpoint. That could have gone so much worse if it wasn't for having a special like the Inkjet to just get a little bit of elevation and be able to stop those aggressive pushes led by the ink trail of that tent umbrella. But nonetheless, it will be Sigma that gets back control of this Rainmaker. They will be adding their first points of the game onto the board, and they're looking to get this checkpoint. They're in a great position to do so as they find 3 picks here. So this will be a checkpoint response out of Sigma on Earth.
Sigma on Earth now in control of the game. Can they get the lead? It's looking very convincing here. They do get the lead, but they're going to go 2-3 players down. Well, wipeout for 2 Goober 2 Dash. Who is the ballpoint, I believe, that was carrying that Rainmaker to begin with. But 2 Goober 2 Dash going to go straight back to work. They do have the reslider, so that's going to be a pretty good special for trying to get things started. Nothing there though for that reslider, but they do get the lead. 2 Goober 2 Dash still getting a few more points on the board. 2 players down on each side. And 2 Goober 2 Dash in lots of trouble there. They're going to ultimately decide to back up. But that is the lead for now.
Yeah, we're just going tit for tat right now between these two teams. One team comes up with a push, the other team comes up with a response to get back the lead, vice versa. So it's just back and forth between these two squads right now. And it is going to be a very high-scoring game. 2 Goober 2 Dash really relying on these weapons that, you know, are leaving trails. I mean, that Reef Slider came up pretty clutch there as well to help just paint a massive path for the Rainmaker to follow along the side of. They didn't follow that trail specifically, but nonetheless, it just created just so much ink for them to work with, and 2 Goober 2 Dash is looking to possibly replicate that here if they can build up some specials. We do see a bit of a flank coming in as well from the Wiper, and they are gonna get called out here. They do get the pick on the Rainmaker, but it's only gonna be a Trey-Nito.
Oh, this is so scary. I see the little ink marks on the bottom of that, what was the bottom of the screen earlier, but I was scared myself just watching it. But there is already another pick up with the Rainmaker. 2 picks for that Inkjet on the side of Sigma on Earth. 1:30 to go. No team, or at least 2 Goober 2 Dash has yet to get it past this one spot. But 2 Goober 2 Dash applying lots of pressure, especially with a triple there. That should be good for a few more points on the board if they can get those. Tormy making a move there. 38, 5, 4, 4 points remaining. We're going to leave it at that for now.
What a great play there by the Dapples. A clutch Reef Slider, and to turn that into a triple, massive play. And now Sigma on Earth needs to come up with essentially a knockout, because it is really hard to get a score all the way down to 4 remaining. 2 Goober 2 Dash is in complete control of this game.
Oh goodness, and it's still in the opposing spin. I mean, still around the opposing spinner. It hasn't left. That's the most important part of it. This thing hasn't left this general area since we got to that 21 remaining push. But now Sigma on Earth getting a few more picks on the board here. See if they can get anything done with that. Two Goober to Dash doing so well that the Sigma's counter pick here is almost completely backfired on them. 10 seconds to go for them to make something happen. They need to pick up the Rainmaker. They will, and they will have one more push in overtime.
Yes, one last opportunity to clutch this one out and keep the set in your favor. The decaf's gonna make a move forward. It finds one, it finds two. It's just the paintbrush, but where is the paintbrush? It's on the Rainmaker and they get the trade. A huge pick there from two Goober, two Dash to clutch this one out, and they take lead of this set.
Oh no, you saw those last few seconds there. You're gonna see it on the replay soon enough, but everyone's already so far ahead, making a pass for the Rainmaker that when the Rainmaker has the paintbrush right in front of him, no one's there to help out the Rainmaker. And you know what? When you have a team comp like Sigma on Earth, it's totally understandable that you're going straight for a Rainmaker pass, but my goodness, nothing there to follow it up with it. It's just Tormy all the way in that corner there, taking care of the Rainmaker. Two Goober to Dash now in match point.
Wow. This has been an exhilarating set so far. You know, I think we are being truly blessed by these Splatoon gods, or commentary gods, or whatever higher production being there is, with some really great games and great sets. So you're right. It is two Goober, two Dash. That is at match point. They're going to be looking to close this one out, and the call from Sigma on Earth is tower control, Hagglefish Market.
Okay, tower control and Hagglefish Market. I mean, considering the comp they had, this one's starting to make a little more sense, especially when you consider what Sigma on Earth came out with that previous set. This means the decav has more flat space to strive in, but I wonder, what are your thoughts on the tent? Because I feel like the tent's still good here.
Yeah, I think it's still good. I do think that it's gonna get a little bit less leverage here. It's because I think at this point, that's really what they need to focus their counter pick on, because that's the person that they've had the most trouble with, just to be quite frank. You know, it's been a fantastic team effort from two Goober, two Dash, but it's you know, it's the fact that they are able to rally around this shield from the tent umbrella to make the plays around the objective that's been giving Sigma on Earth the most trouble. So is this the perfect counter pick? Not necessarily, but it is a better step in the right direction. So I do think that this one is a little bit more 50-50, but I will lean a little more towards Sigma on Earth pulling this one out and forcing game 5. But ultimately, it's going to also kind of depend on what they bring out. I do hope that ballpoint sticks around, because I do think that was a big part of them working towards a solution to counter two Goober, two Dash.
And speaking of sets, I'm going to give you a little peek into the rest of the bracket here. The other winner semifinal match right now, Title Disruption, currently down 1-2 against Inkbound as they also head into game 4, but we're going to see the game 4 of this set here. Two Goobers to Dash on match point. Sigma on Earth looking to get this to a game 5. And this is the comps we're seeing. We're starting to actually see a mini Splatling coming out from Sigma on Earth.
Okay, I am pleasantly surprised. So the mini Splatling going to be making its debut in this set, and I think I'm going to have to wait to kind of see the results of this one, but as of right now, I think I vibe with this. The double Splatling combo is certainly going to be something to watch out for.
All right, that's a seal of approval mostly approval from DRF, it sounded like. So we're going to get Sigma on Earth currently taking the first steps on that tower. 56, 54, 50, almost 50 points remaining, waiting on it, and there's 50 points remaining. As they continue this push, just barely two players going down though. This should be closing up fairly soon here. Nope.
Yeah, so they do get a pretty big opening push here. The decaf still getting some work done, but ultimately going to get shut down. So this will be the end of the opening push for Sigma on Earth. 42 points remaining is a pretty good spot to be in at this stage. Now 2 Goober, 2 Dash trying to get this tower back in their control and across the midway line of this map and adding points to the board for the first time. They're only going to start with 4 points for now. They are at a numbers disadvantage. They're going to have to prioritize getting their numbers back in, and the Paintbrush was in an advantageous position. They had the high ground but could not take advantage, and this Inkjet is going to be trading with the Blaster as well. So this will result, I think, in a Sigma push, and that is the wipeout. So indeed it will be Sigma trying to get back on this tower and trying to add more points to the board.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Sigma on Earth is back at it again, and they've got some specials, especially to support T-Tech Knight here, is going to go very far up, try to get the pick on pick, but ultimately they go down. 3 players going down now for Sigma on Earth. 2 Goober, 2 Dash, forced to a similar disadvantage of their own. Here comes Azuka, not enough though. The decap able to take a pick there on almost 2 players there. So now another one, Torby going down as well. Sigma on Earth just relentless here as we head towards the halfway point of the match.
Yeah, and they have a lot of specials to work with as well. The hammer coming out. They do have an Inkjet ready as well, but the Inkjet gets shut down. A big play by 2 Goober, 2 Dash to minimize the damage here in this push from Sigma on Earth. So now it's going to be an opportunity for 2 Goober, 2 Dash to start getting back control of mid. There is a flank from the decap. They were able to shut that one down. They do have to trade out for it though, but nonetheless able to find an opportunity now to start moving up just a little bit. A beautiful 1-2 punch from the Paintbrush and the Tent, I believe that was, or no, sorry, the Dapples. And this is going to just be an explosive battle. It's a team fight. It's a 1v1 now. Both members left standing, just going to be hanging back, trying to prioritize getting their teammates back in for the next battle.
And there is a trade there for the Paintbrush on the side of 2 Goober, 2 Dash. Now Sigma on Earth responding with a hammer up. Few more plays, 3 players down for 2 Goober, 2 Dash. Sigma on Earth looking to get back on the board here and get back into enemy territory as we see Sigma on Earth slowly approaching that mini Splatling, going ever so closer to enemy territory, but still 1 player goes down for Sigma on Earth, and we're still seeing that tower move up just ever so slightly. 2 Goober, 2 Dash starting to put an end to that there.
Yeah, but the issue right now with 2 Goober, 2 Dash is that it takes so long to get everybody out that they are not able to convert to points. This is the first time that we are really seeing them be able to get notable points on the board after getting what was pretty close to a clean wipe out there. And the tower was already in a great position for them to now be able to clear this first checkpoint with under a minute to play. They're gonna just go for it here. If the Tent is in a really risky position now for Sigma on Earth, it seems like they might have been able to at least trade out there. It's just the Tent now as well, so no lead for 2 Goober, 2 Dash, but the Tent is still behind them, ready to cause some havoc. They need to take advantage of this opportunity to just try to sandwich Sigma on Earth, but the Tent might just be a little bit too far behind now, and they get picked off. Sigma on Earth in complete control in the last 15 seconds here.
It looks like things are going to a game 5 unless something changes within these last 10 seconds. Sigma on Earth still holding on to complete control. 1 player going down. No one needs to be on the tower. I think they're confident enough to say this is going to a game 5, tied with the set tied at 2-2, thanks to a Sigma on Earth win in game 4.
Wow. So we are going the full distance, folks, for a 3rd time in a row on stream. You could not have written it any better than this.
I couldn't have. No, seriously, I couldn't have. I'm not. I don't know how many more game 5s. I think we need to send a message to next commentary block that you guys also need to be prepared, because it's been all game 5s from here since the start of the day. So go ahead, both of y'all, just buckle up. This is my message to y'all. And speaking of game 5s, it turns out that the other semifinal match did not go to a game 5. The winner of this set will be facing Inkbound in the winners finals.
All right, but it does actually seem like that at least what we're hearing in our ear is that these teams are saying, hey, give us a couple minutes. We just need to breathe a second. And honestly, I don't blame them one bit. Because this is wild right now. Nino, we have not got a break at all either. So for us to just get like a second here to just chillax and just get ready for game number 5. Oh, just everybody. Let's everybody in chat just breathe in and breathe out. All right, that's the break that we get, Nito.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I am extremely ready. I am completely ready for this. But that break was absolutely needed because this is another game 5. Again, the winner of this set goes against Inkbound, and now this is for winners finals. That being said, it is double Leland, so whoever loses this still has a chance to make a deep losers bracket run. They'll be meeting the winner of Delicious Steak Dinner. This is Forja de la Camalidad here, or at least the loser of this set. But I don't know. You don't want to lose at any point. Double Elim is never safe. I remember being in this position back when I played in low wing. You do not want to lose, even if it's double Elim, because now you're under a lot of pressure. Yeah.
No, that is very, very true. You know, if you can win out, I mean, that's always the most optimal path. So it's a lot's on the line here. It's as simple as that. A spot in winners finals, a guaranteed top 3. Losers still guaranteed top 6, but of course, you know, that just means more games that are gonna have to be played if you ultimately want to be low wing banned. So it is all gonna come down to some tower control ship shape, which is a bit of a bold choice by 2 Goober, 2 Dash. Given the map modes that we've seen them thrive on so far, tower control ship shape is a little bit of a turn from what at least I think I was expecting out of them, but I don't know. These teams, you know, they pick these map modes for a reason. They feel something good about this map mode in particular. Probably going to be trying to build their offense a little bit more around the blaster this time around.
So now what I'm focused on is how do they send that dabbles towards the opposing little stack there, because that, I think it's going to be the dabbles that they're trying to enable. Of course, the tent's been working out so well for them, so why change that? But maybe it's the dabbles here, maybe it's some other dubious third thing, secret sinister third thing that I'm not focusing on yet. But 2 Goober, 2 Dash getting a solid pick here to begin with, and another Reef Slider, see if it's enough, but it's Sleep Slider quickly shut down there by the mini Splatling on the side of Sigma on Earth. Already doing pretty well is 2 Goober, 2 Dash, but how long will it last? We're going to find out. They've already gone past the first checkpoint. They're getting to the second checkpoint. They're getting to it almost fast.
Ooh. Oh, a nice pick there, as this tower still stays in control of 2 Goober, 2 Dash, but ultimately they are going to get wiped out. But 41 points remaining, a solid opening push. They cleared that first checkpoint with relative ease, and now Sigma on Earth has 3 specials to their name. That Decav is really close to building up that bubble as well, so they're going to have a lot of specials to work with here in a response.
Very good. Here's Sigma on Earth holding down the fort actually. 1 pick on the side of 2 Goober, 2 Dash. They can at least tap the tower there and prevent any more points going to the side of Sigma on Earth. And there's also a wipeout there for 2 Goober, 2 Dash. Sigma on Earth quickly shut down there. They didn't get past the first checkpoint. 2 Goober, 2 Dash has nothing but green fields for the until they get to the second checkpoint. But for now, they go 2 players down. 2 Goober, 2 Dash facing lots of opposition here from Sigma on Earth.
I do think that on that push, Sigma on Earth was just a little bit early with their special usage, but 2 Goober, 2 Dash is timing these perfectly right now and just making Sigma on Earth pay at every opportunity. And now this is an opportunity now for 2 Goober, 2 Dash to get some more points on the board, and that they will do. They're looking to reach that second checkpoint. They're gonna barely miss it. 32 points remaining, so they add 9 points to the board. So a good push I think they did a great job of rallying around those specials, and now Sigma on Earth is gonna have to try again. They have all their specials at the ready. The mini Splatling's gonna go down though. It's gonna be up to this Bubbler and these Trip Strikes to make something happen, and they're gonna really focus on getting through this first checkpoint. But again, Nito, I feel like these are just coming out a smidge early.
Ooh. There's 2 players already going down for Sigma, for 2 Goober, 2 Dash, excuse me, as Sigma on Earth gets past this first checkpoint. You talk about it going out too early. There's already, I mean, maybe at this point, I'm gonna just start thinking about how 2 Goober, 2 Dash is gonna focus on getting this back. And this is Tormy again, going for another sneaky play. Tormy was credited with that sneaky play at Rainmaker Museum, so I can see it trying to make that work again. But Sigma on Earth is getting very close here to getting the lead. Very close here, just a few more ticks, and they are in the lead. 31 remaining for now, so it's just a 1-point lead for the time being. But they've got another player on the tower. How long will this last? We're gonna find out very soon here. As a few of these players start to go down. Sigma on Earth still holding on. No, Goober, 2 Goober, 2 Dash now able to take control of the game again.
Yeah, they really started to get staggered there. And I think that's what this came down to, that while Sigma on Earth's specials were a bit early on that push, the fact that when they did go down, they were back into action pretty quickly, and again, building up some of those specials to rely on, whereas 2 Goober, 2 Dash just started getting massively staggered and now wiped out as well, and this is just going to be a much bigger factor here for Sigma on Earth to capitalize on, and they're going to be looking to try to add more points to the board. They just need to get back to that same spot. They have the numbers to work with right now and the specials to back them up, and this could be dangerous for 2 Goober, 2 Dash.
2 Goober, 2 Dash needs to find a way to get themselves back into the game because the script has been flipped yet again. Sigma on Earth was on the back foot for the beginning half of this matchup, and now it seems like Sigma on Earth is going to have this on lock, but how long is that lock going to last? Remember, I always say no lead is safe in competitive Splatoon. Sigma on Earth is looking pretty good here though. They've been in control and even in enemy territory for just about most of the set here. Their Japples coming out from the side of 2 Goober, 2 Dash go down immediately. Tormy here and a 10 trying to work together to get something going here. The 10 trying to go forward for the ballpoint there. Ultimately nothing there.
Oh, it's a 2v2. They need to get rid of this decaf on the tower, and nobody is there. And that will do it. Sigma on Earth will clutch out here in game number 5 to take the set and advance to winners finals.
Whoo-wee! Okay, now let's take an actual. You can actually now take a break because the set's over. That's great. That's awesome. I think that is very good. But man, I mean, this has been a wild commentary block, and this I think has been one of the more wild commentary blocks I've had since I started casting for. I mean, 3 sets going to a game 5. This one looking like it could just go any which way, especially from the beginning to the end. So ultimately, Sigma on Earth takes this set. We'll be facing Inkbound in the winners finals.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these matches were like probably an average decided by like 10 points, like if that. So it's really hard to get much closer than that. Game 5, very, very close every single time. But nonetheless, it will be Inkbound versus Sigma on Earth in your winners finals. And Nito, like you said, this was a legend.